What's up, everybody? This is Devious RV, and today I don't usually make these kind of videos. I don't like to really bash on companies or stuff like that. I just, if I don't like something, I just don't buy it or whatever. I don't really go online and complain and do all that stuff. That people go on the forums and complain about this, complain about that. I just don't buy it. I kind of stay away from that because, pretty much you just start arguments with other people, and it's just, it's not a good place to be. But today's is like the topic is kind of, I don't know. It's today NECA. So this is about NECA. So as you read on the thumbnail, is NECA threatening customers? Well, see, this is today they sent out an email, I guess. So they released for those TMNT collectors, people that collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, they released Donnie's Sewer Layer Lab, which was like a big diorama piece where you can put your NECA Toon Turtles and stuff and display them in there, and then you could put your street scene diorama over them. So then you can build out your whole thing. So what happened is that thing I think was like $300 to $400. It was really expensive. It was a really expensive piece. So people that pre-ordered it, a lot of people by mistake got multiple of them. Some people got 2, some people got 3, some people got 4. I remember even looking at the Facebook pages, people were like, man, I got extra ones. And that thing, it's an expensive piece. It's not a cheap piece. So a lot of people were getting multiple. So people were like, what's going on, So I didn't order it. I don't have the space for it. My space is kind of small. Maybe one day I'll get it. I don't know if they re-release it, but I don't really need it. To me, it wasn't worth the money. But so a lot of people got multiples. So people were wondering what's going on. NECA didn't say anything what was going on with that. It's like they don't really seem to care nowadays, honestly. I'll get to that right now. So they sent out an email pretty much telling people, if you received it, we would like it back. We'll pay for shipping. We'll print out the label. If you were one of the ones that received an extra one, we want you to send it back. If you do, we'll give you a $100 card to the NECA store, gift card, I guess it says. But if you don't, pretty much telling you, you won't be allowed to buy from us anymore. So to me, it rubs me kind of the wrong way, because that's their error. They messed up. No one's obligated to return anything. Yes. So pretty much they want you to return stuff so then they could, I guess a lot of people didn't receive them. So people got multiples. They should have belonged to somebody else, I guess. But, that's NECA's error, NECA hasn't been the most, easy company to get a hold of lately. I ordered, I think, a Last Ronin Leonardo and a Last Ronin Master Splinter back in like May. It said it was in stock. That's the only 2 figures I needed so far to complete the collection. Never shipped. It's almost December, still hasn't shipped. It said it was in stock, so I've been waiting. Emailed them. They don't reply. They don't say anything. You can't cancel. It tells you can't cancel. Obviously, you can't cancel, but they tell you it's in stock. If it was not in stock, I might have not have ordered it. I've seen these figures at Walmart's already a bunch of times, and I can't cancel that order even though Walmart's have had them for months now. So the problem I have with that is that, NECA hasn't said anything about that stuff. So pretty much I've gotten screwed over from them for 2 figures. Granted, they're not $400 together. I think they're like $40 each or something, after taxes and then plus shipping. So pretty much I don't know if I'm ever going to get those figures, because they don't say, they release like a release schedule of other stuff you pre-ordered. That's not even on there. So it's like, and then they don't say nothing. They just keep saying, oh, we're working on stuff or whatever. I've heard a bunch of stories. They move warehouses, do this stuff, but they don't, nothing official. So me as a collector, I feel shafted by them. To me, they were always one of the better companies when it came to customer service. When Randy was in charge, I don't know if he still is, Randy Falk, I met him at Comic-Con, and I thought he was like one of the coolest guys. He likes to talk about toys. Me and my girlfriend met him, and she, she thought he was really cool. You know, he gave us stuff at Comic-Con for just, you know, going to say hi. And, you know, he was on Twitter and he would always answer stuff. If you had an issue with him, you would ask him and he would find out for you and all this stuff. But lately he hasn't been around. So I don't know who's in charge there now. I've heard stories that maybe, you know, something happened with him or whatever. Like, you know, other stuff. And he just got mad. I think like Twitter stuff, like, you know, people were saying stuff to him and he just kind of just gave up on it. And I don't know if he's in charge now, but I know at Comic-Con he's not there anymore. He hasn't been there for a few years. So I don't know where am I going with the story. So yeah, so it's kind of shady because I think that NECA as a company, like, you owe a lot of collector stuff. You know, I've been collecting NECA stuff since 2004 with their Hellraiser line. Even back then, stuff would break right out of the package. I stuck with them because I loved a lot of their lines. Hellraiser, Gremlins, then they started doing a lot of their cult classics lines, which they started doing a lot of horror stuff, you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Child's Play, you know, all the stuff I like, they were doing all of it. I stuck with them. Had a lot of figures break out of the package for me, but I still stuck with them. I loved all their stuff, you know. They had a lot of good, a lot of their stuff was, you know, was priced really good. So I stuck with them and everything. And, you know, eventually got better. I haven't had a figure break on me in a long time. Like, out of all the companies, they were probably the company that stuff would just break the easiest. But I stuck with them. I have a ton of NECA products. I have a whole shelf of NECA stuff that I buy. And, you know, like, as a consumer, I don't like to be like, oh, you owe us, but it's like you've had a lot of like, you know, a lot of QC issues. You don't reply to stuff anymore. People are wondering, are you guys turning into like Mesco now, where like you don't, just like pretty much the customer service is non-existent, and you know, and then you just come out and tell people you screwed up, you know. The consumer didn't screw up. You screwed up big time, and you don't address it. Yet you still go out and you threaten people saying, if you don't send back our stuff, you will not buy from us anymore. Well, you know what? There's other places to buy. You know, are they going to call every company, Big Bad Toy Store, you know, GameStop, Entertainment Earth, anything? And you know, if this person has an account with you, do not sell them NECA products anymore. You know, feel like, you know, like, obviously I don't think they can do that, but it's like the NECA store. Sorry, I'm not trying to use this word, but the NECA store is crap. You know, stuff takes forever to ship. It freaking, you know, like, they're not, you know, it just takes forever, you know, and then you get delays after delays after delays. NECA used to be such a proper company. It used to be my favorite company out of all the stuff I collected. And lately it's been one of my least favorite companies, you know. So yeah, so this email pretty much threatening people, you know, I feel bad for the people that haven't gotten it. And they're the ones that are getting screwed over right now, because who knows what's going to happen. Are they going to get it the way NECA's just pretty much just gambling? This just seems like a last ditch thing. Like, NECA knows no one's obligated to give the stuff back. And this is their way of, you know, let's try to recoup as many as we can and then try to fill out the orders with the returns, and then we're gonna have to, you know, either make some more or refund some money if we can't make any more. Obviously they can make more. They're, you know, they just, you know, but at the same time, it's like, if I was one of the ones that didn't get it, if I was one of the ones that didn't get this, I wouldn't want someone's return, you know. Like, what if there's pieces missing? What if, you know, like, you know, it's just like, I don't want to use one. You know, I don't want, you know, people, you know, I don't know, some people, you know, are going to keep it open. Some people are going to keep it in the box, not mess with it. But other people, you know, there's people out there, there's shady people, you know, that might go in there and, you know, take stuff out of it and, you know, whatever. But I just, I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird when you start threatening, like, the TMNT line as a whole, from the movie stuff to the cartoon stuff to the comic stuff to the Last Ronin stuff. Everything, I feel like it's dying, you know. It's not selling like it used to anymore. I see, you know, Target's clogged with stuff, you know. uh, and to tell your customers, you know, you won't be allowed to buy from us anymore. I don't think it's a good move. I don't think it's, you know, good business, you know, especially, you know, the economy's bad right now. You know, the least, you know, buying toys is not a necessity. You know, it's an awesome hobby. I love doing it, but you know, like to, you know, if you're gonna threaten people, you know, I just won't collect your stuff anymore. You know, or you know, I just won't buy it from you. You know, there's plenty of other retailers I could buy next. Obviously, it's still gonna help you out, but you know, like NECA store, you know, I bought a lot of stuff from you no more. But you know what? I didn't even buy a sewer layer. I wasn't even one of the ones that received an extra one. But you know, I won't be buying from you guys anymore. You know, I think that's just, you know, they are trying to, you know, you know, tell you we're gonna give you $100, but it's like from what? You know, there's not really. I'm gonna spend $100 on something that I maybe get a year from now. You know, it's just like, this seems like just like a last ditch thing. But yeah, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, this did turn into like a rant video, but I just wanted to say something because, you know, I feel like I've always stuck up for NECA. I've been with NECA since the beginning. Don't collect all their lines, but I collect, you know, I collect my fair share, you know, of lines. I've given them a lot of my money over the years, and I just feel like it's not, if you screw up, you got to swallow. You got to swallow. If you screw up, you know, you got to take it, you know. That's on you. You're going to have to take that blow. You can't expect the customers to fix that for you. Especially, you know, you've screwed a lot of customers over. I'm being, you know, I haven't gotten the stuff I ordered, you know. And then that I even sold off a lot of my last Ronin stuff anymore because I'm just tired of waiting. I should have had the complete collection by now, so still salty about that, you know. When I do get those figures out, I'm probably just gonna sell them now. But yeah, so I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts about it? You know, sorry this turned into like a rant, but yeah, I don't think it's right. So yeah.